I want to start with a contradiction, something that just defies all logic. Picture a team that posts its worst record in franchise history just 4 years ago. Then 2 years ago, they did even worse. I mean, absolute rock bottom. Now look at the standings today. February 17th, 2026. That exact same team. They're sitting alone at the very top of the NBA. And by the end of this deep dive, we're going to show you a specific, kind of shocking statistical anomaly that makes this team almost impossible to beat twice in a row. It's a detail that, most analysts are completely missing.
It's like a glitch in the matrix. It really is. But the numbers are real, and they point to a huge power shift, one we haven't seen in a long, long time.
Before we get into all that data, do us a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop a comment below. We really want to know who's your pick to win the finals this year. Okay, let's get to it. Let's reveal the team. Who is completely taken over the league?
To Detroit Pistons.
The Pistons.
Yeah. It is a stunning surge. They've got the NBA's best record, 40-13, heading into the post-All-Star part of the season.
Okay, so let's put that in perspective for a second. 40-13. That puts them just ahead of the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right, OKC is sitting at 42-14, so the Pistons are winning by just on winning percentage.
But the context here is everything.
Exactly. The Thunder were supposed to be here. They're the standard. The Pistons, they haven't won a playoff series since 2008, so we're not just looking at a hot streak. This is like a total organizational exorcism.
And we saw the faces of that new era this past weekend, right? Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, both helping the USA Stars win the All-Star game. All-Star games can be popularity contests. They don't explain why a team is actually winning on a random Tuesday night.
No, they don't. And that's where you have to look at those shocking metrics we teased earlier. Usually a young team like this is volatile. They have these huge highs and they crash into really low lows.
Right, they spiral. One bad loss turns into 3.
But not Detroit. They've statistically solved for momentum. Get this. The Pistons are 11-2 immediately following a loss. That's resilience. And along with OKC and San Antonio, they're one of only 3 teams that hasn't had a losing streak longer than 2 games all season.
That is impressive. But I have to play skeptic for a minute here. A 40-13 record, couldn't that be inflated by just beating up on all the bad tanking teams? Are we sure they aren't just, flat track bullies?
That's a fair question. I actually looked right into that, and the data suggests the complete opposite. They actually play better when the competition is tougher. First, they have a league-low 3 losses by 10 points or more, so they're in every single game.
Okay.
But here's the real clincher. They have a league-best 17-6 record against teams that are .500 or better.
So they're punching up.
They are hunting giants, and that specific stat, your record against winning teams, is historically the strongest predictor of postseason success. It proves this isn't some fluke schedule. They're beating the other contenders.
It feels like that consistency has to come from leadership. Cade Cunningham had a quote recently that really stuck with me. Just run our race.
It's a simple phrase, but it says so much. He talked about connecting with the city, competing every day to earn back their respect. He was honest about it, saying there were times they didn't like how we played. So run our race is about ignoring the hype now, just like they had to ignore all the hate just 2 years ago.
So in record time, they've gone from a lottery team to the league's heavyweights. And they've pretty much locked in home court advantage for at least game 1 of the playoffs.
Which would be absolutely electric in Detroit. But all this success, it creates a new problem, a variable they've never faced before.
Pressure.
The whole narrative flips. Starting right now, they're not the lovable underdogs anymore. They're the favorites. They're the team to beat.
And that really is the big question for this final stretch of the season, isn't it? How does a young roster handle that massive psychological shift from being the hunter to suddenly being the hunted? We'll be watching to see if they crack under the weight of it all. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.